Hey everybody, Bill in Virginia. Welcome back. So I started this video with a handful of clips of trains running. It's a lovely Saturday afternoon. Been out in the yard working a little bit, and now I'm in just enjoying the layout. You'll notice I've got my Burlington Northern motive power and its caboose pulling some trains this afternoon. My Shay is pulling some log cars. I've got the layout leveled and just been having some fun. Earlier today, which was the end of the last video, I had my Indiana Harbor Belt 080 running. So if you watch that video, you'd see that one running towards the end. So what I've been doing is I've taken the newer motive power out, and I'm also taking a variety of freight cars that I've gotten over the past 6 months, doing some adjustments on the couplers, making sure wheels are turning freely, just a slight touch of oil on some of the metal ones just to make sure I got some lubrication, and fine-tuning them so that I can sit back like this and run. So this particular train has been running for about an hour. The narrow gauge has been running for about 2 hours. I've been just sitting out here and doing some other stuff, so enjoying it. So let's see what I can get into on this video. I think I'm going to be going back over to the workbench and starting to build some more things for the service area on this, but let's go and have some fun. So Thursday night is rolling around, and here is that tree that I was making. I started in, I think, the last video. Grapevine wire, florist wire, the super tree material, and then on that I got 1/16 inch heat shrink tubing to hold everything together along with a little super glue. So I used the Woodland Scenics ground cover on it, and it looked okay, but I decided to go back in with 2mm static grass, kind of the darker bluish green. I think that's a Bachman product if I remember when I got the bag. And you know what, it looks okay. I like how this turned out. Been thinking about where I'm going to put it on the layout, and probably have it facing out like this. It looks to be about the best face on the tree. I've got that little high point, or maybe this way looks good. So take you over here, I'll show you where I'm thinking of putting it. So I think it's going to go in right here. It'll sit a little bit lower, but you'll be able to see into the background. So I like that. And then I've got similar construction techniques on this tree here. So it won't be a one-off. It'll actually look like it belongs there. But I think that turned out well. There's the hobo camp. So I'm going to poke a hole and put this in, and then we'll take another look at it real quick. All right, I've got it in place. I set it in fairly deep. I just did not want it overpowering the other trees that are in the area. Color's a little bit different just because it's more the darker blue-green. So tomorrow, if it's sunny, I'll open the garage door and then just kind of take a look at how it looks compared to everything else. Maybe might lighten it up ever so slightly with another very light application of a different color of static grass, but I don't know, the shape looks good. I think it looks pretty good in that location, so yeah. On to other things. Okay, I moved it. It just didn't look right to my eye. I moved it over here so that it's in the same area where it's got the other trees that are similar style, like this one here, this one, and this one. So it makes a little cluster just as you're kind of going up this draw here. So I think, to my eye anyway, that looks better. It looks more natural placement rather than plopping different style of trees, just onesies scattered. In nature, it doesn't work like that usually. You may have a single one, but if you've got more than one, they tend to be clustered somewhat close together. Years ago, seeds got dropped, trees got started, they started to shed pine cones, more trees, usually in that same general area. So anyway, I've got it in here. I'm happy with the location. It's not blocking anything. Gives a nice feel to that with the other high tree, so I'm good with that location. Now I'm going to go on to something else. So for the last part of this video, I'm back over at the workbench, and a few things here, and I'm sure some of this is going to carry over into the next video that I do as well. But what I'm planning on doing here, and let me get my cola bottle out of the way. Not a product placement, but delicious. Anyway, I bought this a while back at Caboose Stop Hobbies. Really nice flat car. It was On3 originally. So I got a whole bunch of them for like 30 bucks. I'm taking the trucks off. I will keep those, even though I'll probably never use them. And I'm going to put on some of the On30 trucks on this. Then, what I'm going to do on this flat car is the Kilgore Steam Log Loader. This kit I'm going to start to put together. So I'm going to put this together. I will add a couple of rails and kind of make it look like they're attached to the deck on this flat car, and that's where that log loader is going to go. And then that will go over on the scene where I've got the area for the logging camp. That's one project that's here. Another project is I am going to put together this 3D printed little bobber caboose. Simple kit, should go together fairly quick. It's really nice looking. I will also put on some wheels over there, even though they're not necessarily the right ones. At least I can do that to get me started, and I can get this little logging caboose put together. Then I'm also going to put together this Boulder Valley Models On30 work boost. Really like how this looks. I bought this on a business trip quite a while back. So I'm going to put it together as well. All of these are not that difficult of models to assemble. It's going to rain tomorrow here in Richmond, so I'm planning on the weekend just spending some time here at the workbench. So I'll show you as I get a little bit done, and like I said, probably a lot of this is going to carry over into shots on a next video, but I'm going to start having some fun over here. So this is going to do it for this video. I've got that flat car fixed up now. It is not going to be a moving model. I do not have enough clearance for the wheels underneath so that it can make any of the curves. And when I put the crane on it, it's going to be essentially a stationary model anyway. What I did do is I came back in, and even though it's kind of hard to see here, I changed out the couplers and put on essentially HO scale number 5 couplers, which that seems to be what all of the Bachmann On30 equipment is equipped with. So I put HO scale couplers on, had to drop them down, so I ended up using some blocking underneath the car to get the couplers to the right height. But the end result is pretty good. So I will now start working on the crane. That's going to be the start of the next video. So with that, keep having fun on your layouts. Until next time.